Hello there, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Knocks to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayomi Ute, and it's such a joy to come here with this beautiful Monday morning and the last Monday in the month of November. This month, we have talked about goal setting, goal performance management, and how to review and ensure that you are on track. We've done the last 3 minutes looking at that. And the truth is this: there is a way your goals puts pressure on you. There's a way your goals puts you on that agitated lane. So today we want to balance it out. We're talking about how do you harness emotions and productivity. And this is particularly interesting because we're in that time of the year when appraisals are on and somebody is being told, oh, you didn't measure up. Oh, you were supposed to do this much, you didn't do it. And there's a tendency to feel sad, to beat yourself blue, black, and yellow. But today, I have a guest in the house who will be talking to us about our emotions. So today, we are looking very closely at emotions and productivity. And my guest this morning, I love the way she describes herself. Says she's a life giver and a king maker. She's a rapid transformational therapist. She's a mind genius, a mindset shifter, a best selling author. She was birthed by legends of the television and media industry in Nigeria. Her parents are Tunde and Bimbo Loede. Adeola is air. I love the way she describes herself. She gives people a reason to live, love, and breathe. She is light. She brings clarity and understanding. She is love. She loves because it is who she is, and she's an example on earth that God exists. Having worked with different clients as a therapist and hypnotherapist, she has helped so many people gain their lives back and become more wholesome and ready to take on their amazing purpose in life. My guest this morning is no other, and I'm so excited to have her in the house. You know, when I met her recently, I'm like, I've met you before. She just always leaves a mark in your mind. I mean, you can't forget her. The last time I met her, she left me with something I'm still practicing and I'm still doing, and I'm becoming a better person for it. So today, two things you want to do for me: put your phone on do not disturb, get a paper and a biro and take notes. And then if you have any friend who is not yet on the call, buzz them quickly, whether it's on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, because Adeola Kingsley-James is in the house. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for your warm introduction. I was all smiles as you were talking because I'm like, is it me she's talking about? Then I said to myself, yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on this. And like I said in my introduction, for the last 3 weeks, actually, we've talked about goals, about goal setting, about
Mm,
goals performance management. I know that puts a bit of pressure on us because we get into that perform, perform, perform mode. How do we have emotional balance? How are we able to harness our emotions and productivity side by side? Over to you, Diola.
wow, that's an open-ended question. However, I'll do my best. So, good morning, everyone. My wonderful host has introduced me, so I don't necessarily need to reintroduce myself again. But I'll say this, and I was saying it to her before I came on, and because I'm a very, I like to say that I'm a very open and authentic person.
Mm-hmm.
This morning was just one of those mornings I didn't want to get out from bed. I just wanted to lay in bed and not do anything this morning. And then I remembered, oh, I have an obligation to be here. So you can see I have no makeup on. I
I
just combed my
know.
hair, wore my clothes, and I'm here. And I'm just trying to use that example. And maybe it happened for a reason as well, because I mean, I think I must have gotten up at 7
Hmm. Wow. Is your network freezing over there? Wow, we can't seem to hear you. Is it me? Is it
My signal
network?
is down. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yes, you're back.
You can. All right, very good. So the God of internet, come through for me today. Thank you. So it took me, I have a morning routine that I do that I don't. It doesn't matter what I'm doing in the world. If I do not handle that morning routine and get me right, then no other person comes close. And so I'll start with
Hmm.
that. Um, they have taught us that movement means progress, but it doesn't, right? You
Hmm.
can be moving in all kinds of directions. If you have not got any destination, you just keep going round and round in circles. And that's one of the major concerns and problems that I see that happens with people now. And I used to be like that. So I'm not exempting myself. I had to teach myself what to do differently. So the first thing, like I said, is have a morning routine. I call them routine rituals, and it's almost like triggers, right? So you do one thing and then you move to the next and then you move to the next and then you move to the next. So you teach your brain how to first get you ready. I do not care what's happening in the world. I don't open my Facebook, I don't open my Instagram, I don't open anything when I wake up in the morning. I don't care what's happening until I get me right, I get me solid, I get me centered, I get me aligned.
Hmm.
I set intentions for the day, right? So today I choose to be peace. Today I want to be this. Today I want to be that. And I have a tribe where every morning we set our intentions and we share it with each other, where we know. And at the end of the day, I say you need to check your day and see if that intention that you set out, you achieved it. And if you didn't, or if you did, to what level,
Hmm.
what can you do differently? So I think that's the first thing. Having that intention set out for the day. Sometimes it's just that I want money. Today I want to
Hmm.
earn $2,000. And for me, there's no cap to what
Hmm.
I feel like I can earn, because the universe is my oyster, and what I'm
Hmm.
searching for is searching for me. But that's my belief. So I think that's the first thing we want to do to get ourselves centered and our emotions right. This is not the time where you're shouting at your children or looking at your husband and asking yourself, how did I end up with this man? Or looking at your life and asking yourself, what kind of life do I live? Or do I meditating? You're visualizing, you're praying. If you believe in God, you're praising, you have your gratitude going on, your gratitude journal, writing the things that you're
Hmm.
thankful for. You have your self-image that you've put out for yourself, and so you're reminding yourself of who you are. And setting your intentions and getting your emotions together. That's the first thing I believe any human being should be able to do in the morning. Don't listen to the news in the morning. In fact, the news at all. But some people may say, no, how would I know what's happening in the world? I say to people, some people will tell me, I have enough
True.
information to sitting down to assimilate that information, because I've never seen anybody watch the news and come out and say, yes, I'm ready to face the world. It's always
Hmm.
doom and gloom. And so, because I'm very, very particular about what information or what gets into my system, I don't listen to the news. I care about people, I care about what's happening, but I've created a bubble for myself that I live in. And you can call it whatever, but that's fine. That space, I've created the world I want to live in, and I live there. So I don't see
Hmm.
starvation, I don't see insufficiency, I don't see any of those things. They may be happening, but I've created the world that I want to live in. So if you notice, once again, it's setting my emotions, putting my emotions in the right place. I'm not oscillating or worried. If people in my house, if I come back home and say, oh, can you imagine, Auntie, the rice is no longer 20,000 naira, it's now 40,000 naira, I'll say that's very good. We'll be able to afford it. And I keep it moving. I don't say, yeah, hey, why, hey, who. I don't say any of those things. That's fine. We'll be
Hmm.
able to afford it. What else? Anything else? No, let's keep it moving. So the words that we speak also is so important. It first of all starts with the thoughts that we think. And maybe I'll do a little exercise with you about something I call looping thoughts. Now, when you're upset about something, what kind of words do you use at yourself when you're upset with yourself about something? And and I'll do that exercise with you. What kind of words do you use it yourself? Maybe you're making it's the same mistake on the same thing, and you keep making that same mistake. What do you say to yourself? What words do you use on yourself?
Oh, so okay, well, I have learned,
It's
so I'll
a
come from my
question for
learned
you.
point. So one that I've learned to then say to myself
No,
is,
come from
Yomi,
your
you're just
unlearned
left.
place.
From my
Come from your
unlearned state.
unlearned
Hey,
place.
it used to be, you have come again. How would you do this again? Abba, now we have overcome this. So that was my unlearned state.
I missed that. Your network is, I don't know whether it's mine or yours. I missed that. You said what?
So on my online state, so what I would say to myself is, oh Oluwayomi, you have come again. How would you do
Mm.
that? And then sometimes like, you
Okay.
have just started. You had better not do that again.
Okay.
So that was the way I will address myself when I do
Okay. So
things that I
let's
think,
go to the first one. You do that. It's almost like you're
oh my network come through in the name of Jesus. I
can
think we need to pray for network this morning.
I know, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So how would you do that? Now, when you say to yourself, how would you do that? How do you feel?
Of course, you feel down. You feel you have let yourself down. I'm like, oh no, I promised I won't do this again. Why did I
Very
get
good.
into it again?
So you start with how would you do that? So you start with how would you do that? Then you feel that you have let yourself down. How do you
Yeah.
act after you have felt that you have let yourself down?
Of course, the timid me comes out, and I'm like, okay, so how do we start again? And then sometimes I'm like, how many times do you want to restart on this project? You're always restarting,
Very
restarting. You're
good.
not moving
So the
forward.
timid you comes out.
Yeah.
Very good. So I can you hear me?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, so the first thing you say to yourself is, why am I going? Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing this again? Then you feel let down,
Yeah.
right? You feel like you have let yourself down.
Mm-hmm.
Then you now act timid and almost like,
Yeah.
let me withdrawn, right? What are your
Mm-hmm.
results when you are timid and withdrawn? What are your results?
Nothing gets done really, because yeah, like I'm practically sulking over
Exactly.
it. I'm trying to forgive myself. I'm trying to move on.
Very good.
So nothing much gets
Very
done.
good. Very good. Very good. So you can see how it starts with the thought, what have I done to myself? Why am I doing this all over again? Then it becomes a feeling. The feeling
Mm,
is, I have let myself down. So you feel
true.
disappointed because that's the feeling.
True.
You
True.
feel that you've let yourself down. Then you start withdrawing to yourself. And then your results is that you don't get to do anything. Now let's
Yeah.
flip it to what you would do now when you make that same mistake. What would you say to yourself? What thoughts will come to your mind? What would you say to yourself when you now, with your new knowledge?
With my new knowledge, so it's like I'm blessed and highly favored. This is one thing, and I'm going above it.
Very
So
good.
let's start quickly.
Very good. Very good. I'm blessed and highly favored. Awesome. How do you feel
Yeah,
when
back.
you say you are blessed and highly favored? How do you
Energized.
feel when you say you are blessed and highly favored?
So I feel energized, and I feel like this. I can do this again. So it's like, let's get going. I
Very
can do
good.
this again.
Very good. So how do you then act when you feel energized and you're like, let's keep going? How do you act?
Straight up, my day starts.
Very good. And then what are your results?
Oh, beautiful results. Then I can look back and actually have a good laugh. And
There
I'm
you
like,
go.
oh, so you thought you couldn't do that before. Now you've done
Very
it.
good. Awesome. So now same thing, same you. but one was negative. And so when you think negative,
Mm.
when you think positive, you feel positive, you act positive, and then your results are positive. That's another problem that people have. A lot of people go straight to the negative. Now, it's not to say that you will never ever think negative, but the truth is that you can train yourself not to. I do not think, even in my dream, I don't think negative. Even in my dream, I don't have guilt over anything. I'm not ashamed of anything that I do because I know I can do better. I do better, period. I don't have pity parties on myself that, oh, that. So that's another challenge that people have. The thoughts that they think, because we create twice, first in our thoughts and then in reality. And that's why God brooded over the earth before he spoke. To me, he was thinking before he spoke. He was thinking and creating. That's my interpretation. And when he was done creating in his thoughts, he then spoke. Now, another thing we need to know is that we think in pictures, not just words. So if I say, think
Mm.
of a red Mercedes Benz, you will see a red Mercedes Benz
Yeah.
because we think in pictures, right? And there's not, that's just how we are. Now, the other thing is we're creators, whether we like it or not. Whether we believe in God or not, we're creators. Question, what are you creating? And we're consistently creating things. So when people say, ah, my son, don't go there. If you go there, car will hit you. And then they go there
Mm.
and car hits them. They say, you see, I said it. No, you prophesied it because
Mm.
you were a creator. Period.
Mm. Mm.
So it's called self prophecy for a reason. So rather than spending time looking at the day and saying, hey, oh, Nigeria, oh, the world, oh, my children, oh, my husband, oh, my business, oh, my this, oh, my that, spending time doing the things that you do not want, why not start saying the things you want? And those are two different things. When I speak to
Mm.
people and I say, okay, what do you want? You say, I don't, in what? Then they say, in what? I say, okay, so what do you want in a man? I don't want a man that cheats. I didn't want. I said, what do you want? So now that you know you do not want a
You
man that
want.
cheats, what do you then want? I want a man who is faithful and loyal to me, right? I want a man who has a business that can earn me XYZ amount of money.
Mm.
I want a business that can earn me XYZ amount of money. I want a business that can do this for me with specificity. Because let's just imagine God was standing by your side and asking you, okay, Oluyomi, what do you want? And you say, God, anything. What is He going to give you?
Mm.
And that's
Mm.
another problem why we don't move forward in life. We do not know what we want. We don't know. So once again, if you come out of your house with no destination, would it matter which road you take? No, it won't, because you have no destination. But if you come out of your house with a destination, you get into your car, you put on the GPS, you put the address of where you're going to in your GPS, it's taking you straight there. And you know that
Mm.
you're on a mission to go and do XYZ. But a lot of people don't know what they want. So we're dancing to what, it's like we're extras in our own movie. We're dancing
Mm.
to what the
Mm.
world gives to us to dance to, right? And it's so unfortunate. We will continue to dance like that until we die.
Wow.
We will continue to dance like that until we die. And that's what we need to do. So it's not just by saying, I want to be rich. How rich? In what currency? What frequency? From which avenue? Those are the things you need to look at. Where I want a job. What job? Any job. Okay, then come and be my driver, right? Or I want a job as an HND. I want a professional job at Owando Oil Company in the HR department, HR manager, earning $4,000 a month with a brand new car, a house and a driver. The house specifically in Banana Island, a 3-bedroom house with a swimming pool and a BQ with 2 bedrooms and a chef. Can you see how specific I am? Even you will even be inspired to make it happen for me, not to then talk about the
Yeah.
universe or talk about God,
Mm. True.
right? So that's an
Yeah.
emotion. About the. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You're back.
Can you hear me? I'm back. Okay. So being specific about what we want. Another thing is having a self-image. What do you think about yourself? When you see yourself, who is that person now? So it's not just about saying I want to be the HR manager and you have no specifications or qualifications. I want, my dream is to be this, but who do I need to become to get that dream going? Who do I need to become? Maybe there are courses you need to do. Maybe there are people you need to hang out with. Maybe there are specific circles you need to be in. You have to start to get yourself into those places. So it's not just about
Mm.
saying, oh, I want this. But how you can't sit down in your bedroom and tie a wrapper with hairnet and say, I'm looking for a husband. How is he going to find you? Where is he going to meet you? Where is he going to meet you? So you also have to give the universe something to work with, right? So it's not just about
Mhm.
saying, oh, I want this, and then you sit down and you're using toothpick and chewing stick in the morning and you don't go anywhere. You don't do anything. You sit down at home, cross your leg, eat, drink Gary, and you're just reminiscing about the world. No, you are saying what you want. You are seeing what you want. You are feeling what you want. You are acting what you want. Everything about what this thing that you want is what's happening now. That self image will help you. That self image of who do I need to become to achieve these things that I've set out to achieve is huge. Because we think we need to do, we need to have, then do, then be. It's the other way around. We need to be first, then do, and then have. That's the difference.
Mm.
So the becoming is
Mm.
95%, the doing is 5%. At least that's what has happened in my life. I've realized that action does not, the movement does not mean progress. I can sit down in one place and focus on the things that I want, get myself prepared. I call it rooting to rise. I root and root and root because the deeper you go, the higher you come out. The deeper you go. But we don't know that. We just want immediately to come out and be doing be the first and the best. But there's a rooting. There's a deep rooting. That deep rooting is you getting trained. That deep rooting is you seeing your vision and seeing your goals. Do you have vision boards? Do you have pictures? Do you have an image of who you want to be, how you want to be? So it's not just about setting the goals. So I'll connect that to the goals now. A lot of people set goals that are so small and there's no specificity to it. So they will not achieve it.
Mm.
They can't
True.
achieve it. And then they say, oh, I'm setting a big goal. Then you set a big goal that you don't have smaller goals to meet that big goal. It's the small goals that meet the big goals. So you set a goal that's so far from you. Ask yourself this question: how would I achieve it? That question, how, has finished you. You are deflated immediately because you can't see the how. So that's the end. So rather than how, change it to who. Because if you say who can help me achieve it, then you are looking for
Mm.
opportunities. But when you say how and you don't see the opportunity, you will stop it. Now, what are the smaller
Mm.
goals? Well, maybe there are smaller goals that can help you achieve the bigger ones. But then again, let me go back to goals. What kind of goals are you creating? I personally, I believe, and my tutor, I trust, I believe in my coach so much that he taught me that there are three types of goals. There's the A type goal. The A type goals are goals you know how to achieve, right? Those goals will never inspire you because you already know how to achieve them. And that's where you hear things like, oh, procrastination. Oh, I don't know how to do, I will do it later. Because you already know that if I call Binta and I call Uju, it's sorted. So you will not be inspired at all. Now, the B type goals are goals that you think you know how to achieve. So if I call this person and I call that person and I think I call that person, it will be easy for me to achieve it. It is also, it's better than the A type goal, but it doesn't also give you answers. It's the goal you want to see. It's the goal you want to see. Network, please come through for us. God network, please come through for us. Am I back?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay, so now the C type
Yes.
goal is the goal you have no clue how to achieve, no clue. But that goal keeps you up at night thinking about it. dreaming about it, daydreaming, night dreaming, seeing pictures, seeing people, see it happen without knowing the how, because the how honestly is none of your business. God said, ask and you shall receive. He didn't say ask with and help me to help you receive. He didn't say
mm,
ask in your level and then I will join you in your level. He just says ask. So if that is a law and it's a commandment, then my job is to ask. And he didn't say ask with a cap on it. There's no cap. So if I want to be the first, well, if I want to work at a particular place, I would ask and leave the how to God, because the how is none of my business. So that C
mm,
type goal is that goal that tests the power that you have within you, and also shows you how good
mm,
God is and how he will meet you at that place, because
mm,
you have trusted in him enough to say, I don't care. And that's my sentence. I don't care how it's done, Daddy. It's none of my business. You said to ask, and I'm asking, and this is what I want. And this is what I want. And you will be able to show me how powerful we both are, because we are an unbeatable team. Yes. So the C type excited. That C type goal is the one that keeps you going, is the one that you start to see dreams, you start to see visions, you start to see things just because you are excited. And as I'm even saying it, I'm smiling because I have my C type goals and I'm motivated. And then I have my big why attached to that C type goal. Now, that why is what keeps me going. That why, when I want to give up, I remember that why. And please, and please, let that why be something that is really attached to what you would have wished you had. So it becomes very personal.
wow. The
Was one of the
network is
whys
playing
that
up.
me. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you're back.
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, 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 you're back now.
So that why, and don't ask yourself the first type, the first why. Don't ask seven whys. So
Mm,
if your first why is, oh, because I want to give oh, because I want to put a smile on people's face. Why do I want to put a smile on people's face? What would it do to me to put a smile on people's face? Oh, because it's good to put a smile on people's faces. Why is it good to put a smile on people's faces?
mm,
Or because at some point in my life, I couldn't smile. So it's getting deeper and deeper and it's getting more personal. And so when you connect to that real why, a lot of people stay on the first why, and that's why it's not strong enough. But the deeper you go, you'll find out that because you didn't ask yourself, you didn't go as deep. And most times that depth goes into your childhood, something you wish you had, something you
mm,
wish somebody did for you or gave to you. And so when you have that solid why within you, for me, it was because I didn't feel loved as a child. And so and I didn't feel like I had anything to give to the world. I didn't feel like I had any usefulness on earth. And so now I will do everything that I can. In fact, my mandate is to raise 10 billion wholesome people all over the earth. Because if I can raise those people, imagine how beautiful this world is going to be. Wholesome people, people that laugh from within to the without, people that their hell without does not affect the heaven within them. Those are the kind
mm,
of people I want to raise. Why? Because I also had that voice to give that opportunity to other people. So you can see how deep my why is. So even when I want to
mm,
give up, I remember that Diola, no, remember, you once felt like this. So you cannot give up. And so those nights when you are thinking who or how, you remind yourself again, no, I'm not asking how. The how is none of my business. Who who will help me, God. And I promise you, those people will show up
Hmm. Hmm.
completely. They will show up. I'm a living testimony as to the to manifesting people, things, experiences, money, living testimony of that. So, and if I can do it, trust me, anybody can do it. If I sit down here and I
Hmm.
think, oh, I need somebody to call me, I know it because we're all one spirit in different bodies. I know how to connect. I
Hmm.
know how to connect with the person to call me. And I tell you, it happens all the time because there's an awareness of who I am, and we all have that power. Awareness is the problem. So I've
Hmm.
taken us to different places. I've spoken about different things. Your emotions, get your inside right, and then your outside will work, not outside in. You cannot depend on anybody, or and nobody's coming to save you. You are in absolute control of your emotional well-being and your happiness. If you wait
Hmm.
for other people, you will grow blue hair, right? Reduce the amount of negative news you listen to, whether the news or people, because your people are like a dumping ground. They're like a refuse dump, a truck full of refuse looking for where to dump it. Do you want to be the person that they'll dump it on? But that answer only you
Hmm.
can answer is me. I refuse.
Wow.
I choose not
Wow.
to. Right? There's
Wow.
so many things. I mean, I think we're out of time already. Your self image, create a powerful, empowering self image of yourself. Put it out there, paste it all over the place. Look at yourself in the mirror and remind yourself of who you are. Set your intentions well in the morning. If you have to wake up an hour earlier, wake up an hour earlier. Do some emotional work, do some heartfelt work, do some gratitude, move your body, dance, exert yourself a little bit physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and then go out and face the world.
Hmm. Wow. 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 I wish we could go on and
How are you
on.
feeling this?
Wow. Adeola, I have my notebook full, really full. But I'm not going to let you go until we talk about the mirror walk. We're out of time, but I'm going to pause on this. Let's talk about the mirror walk. That left a lasting impression on me. So you talk about
Okay.
morning routine, start your day, right? I love that bit. Shut out the news, leave news alone. Hear for yourself what you want. Somebody is saying there must be part two of this session because we're going to come back to Deola's on one of these days. Clearly, maybe in our new year we're going to come back because the truth is this, and I shared this with you when we were talking backstage. When we did something on emotions earlier in the year, it was supposed to just be one session, but went on and on and on, and realized that it's an area a lot of people struggle with. And like you rightly said, if you don't get inside right, you can't get outside right, no matter how much you
Mhm.
try. Wow, everybody's asking for a part two. Okay, yes, please, part two. Yes, please, part two. Okay, Jill, I'm going to ask you for a part two. And in that part two, it will not be next week. So I'm not going to put you on that spot. We'll agree on a time behind the scene, behind the screen.
Okay.
But in that part two, we'll talk about the emotional walk, that mirror walk. So that will start with.
Mhm.
But one thing we're also going to, no, you said something. You said digging into yourself. Sometimes in the digging in, you get into a lot of pain. Maybe the last one we'll talk about before. How do you handle those pain? So, an attempt to dig in, because a lot of us, we live in the facade. We're just smiling, happy go lucky, but deep within, ah. So when you sit down to dig
Mm,
deep and you get to those pain points that you have nicely buried over the years, what do you
mm.
do?
The truth is, if you don't touch them and you don't unearth some of those things, and I like the way you use the word nicely bury them, you know, it will come, it will come hitting you in the face, right? The only reason why I am the way I am right now and I live the life of bliss that I now live is because I went back to the well. past and cover and touched it up, right? And it's not to say that you're going back to relive your past. If you do not, and that's why I'm a hypnotherapist and not just a therapist, because I did quite a number of therapy with different people, talk therapies, and they may have shifted me from point one to point 1.1, but I kept on saying there's a little bit more. There's more within me that I still need to touch. Because don't forget, I said I didn't feel loved like a child. Now, in one of my sessions when I went through now, it's called rapid transformational therapy. When I went through one of my sessions with the therapist I worked with at the time, one of the things that I found out was that I went back as far as myself in my mother's womb, and my mother
mm,
wished was wishing I was a boy. So I came into this world already feeling unwanted. Now, if
mm,
I didn't go back as far as that to understand it and change the story, so who is showing up today in my 40 something year old body is that child that was in my mother's womb, right?
mm,
So the truth is that if I didn't go back to touch it, and I gave this example intentionally, if I didn't go back to touch it, I couldn't have healed it. I
mm,
could not have healed it. Okay. And that's why it took me for instance to be, no, that's not the, I'm trying to be as honest as possible. When I did that particular training or therapy, I in 7 days, in 21 days, I was singing a different song. And
mm,
that's why I went to go and train for it, because I said to myself, if this could have helped me this much, imagine how many other people I can help in the world. And for me, that became my life's purpose. So therapy found me. I never thought I was going to be a therapist. It found me. So
mm,
need to go back sometimes, not to relive it, but to empower that child who is showing up in your 70 something year old body right now. You will think it's you showing up, it's not you, it's that 8-year-old, it's that 7-year-old, it's that 3-year-old, it's that 2-year-old, it's that unborn child that is still showing up
mm,
today in your life.
mm. Wow.
You should see them now. Like, it's like I'm receiving my flowers whilst alive.
Mm,
And so I go to bed every day with a huge smile on my face, like a Cheshire cat, feeling fulfilled, living a life of purpose and meaning. Do you know what that means? To live a life of purpose and meaning, knowing that you're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing at the right time for the right people. I don't know if you have ever felt that way before, but I've never been this excited in my entire life. I've never been this
mm,
aligned, congruent, happy, fulfilled in my entire life. And that's what
mm,
I want to do for people. So you need to go back. You can't say, oh, there was a time I deleted I've deleted certain chunks of memory in my head so that I can live through it. I don't need to do that anymore, because I'm now an empowered adult, no longer that child that used to show up in me.
mm,
So this is what I'm going to say. You need to touch it. You don't relive it, you review it. And that's the difference.
mm,
You do not
mm,
relive it, you review it. Because the truth is, you cannot relive it. It's in your past. It will never happen again. It's in your past. Never to happen again. Never ever.
mm,
It's even if you
mm,
wanted it to happen, unless you recreate it. And so you mentioned the mirror work. I will go into the mirror work because that's one of the things that also helped me. There are 4 sentences that I will use. They're a bit longer, but I'll use 4 sentences. The first one is, what I love about you is. The first sentence is, what I love about you is. So you write your name in front of the sentence and then write, what I love about you is. So Adeola, what I love about you is. The second sentence, what I am proud about you is.
Oh wow. Wow, what happened to this network today? Mm. I think the network is not cooperating now. Wow, wow, wow. The network doesn't want us to take this mirror walk. I think we need to deal with this network, bind it, lose it, do everything. Network, better behave yourself. Yeah, network really has got to behave itself. It just, how can you, just when we are doing the mirror walk and then just the first one, what I love about you is, and the thing just froze. But I'm sure you have gotten so much value today already. I know you have. It's been amazing. And you know something she said, don't relive your past, review the past. And she's back. So I'm bringing her back on for this mirror walk. Yes, you're back.
So, first sentence, Adiola, what I love about you is. Adiola, what I love about. Second sentence, Adiola, what I'm proud of you for is. Put your name there. I'm just putting my name. Third sentence, Adiola, what I forgive you for is. And last sentence, Adiola, what I commit to you to do is. So, what I love about you, what I'm proud of you for is, what I forgive you for is, and what I commit to you to do is.
Hmm.
Four sentences, put your name. So quick example. Adiola, what I love about you is that you show up powerfully regardless of what's happening around you. Adiola, what I'm proud of you for is that you have stayed consistent and committed to your cause. The third sentence, what I forgive you for, Adiola, is not showing up powerfully as you could have, thinking that you're dimming your light will make other people shine brighter. And the fourth sentence, Adiola, what I commit to you to do is keep on shining. And if other people have a problem, they should wear sunglasses. So those are my four sentences. So
Wow.
that's my example. Because I've realized that if my light so shines, it gives other people permission to shine their light as well. It's not the other way around. And so, as women, we must also understand that your light shining or other people's light shining doesn't dim yours. It gives your own light better light to shine. So, anybody that has problem with my light, they should please wear sunglasses. They'll be all right. You
Wow,
get what I
that's a
mean?
good place to end it today. If you have a problem with my light shining, just wear
Please wear
some
glasses. Wear
some.
sunglasses. God be with you. And may you not create blindness for yourself because you can also. But that will be entirely up to you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Adeola. It's been amazing having you. Like
You're very
everybody has
welcome.
asked, we are coming back in January. We'll agree our time together and we
Okay.
will deal this. One of the things you have left everybody with is the fact that you owe no apologies for shining. You owe no one.
Unapologetically.
Yes, so shine unapologetically. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Jada. It's been amazing having you. We are coming back in January. We will have that
Thank you.
conversation behind the scene. Thank you
You're
so
very
much.
welcome.
I truly do appreciate you. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, that was simply lit. I mean, we could go on and on and on. And the beautiful thing is, it's relatable. They are not theories. You can actually start working on them now. And I want to ask you, I have learned that whatever information you don't work on in 48 hours, you might never work on it. So today, start doing something about what you have learned. 2022 is not over yet. You can still make it that great year. Start putting to practice the things you have learned today. And it's the last Monday of November. So next week, Monday, we are going on, and we're talking a bit again on career. Next week, Monday, we are having Benga Tutoyi come in, talk about workplace essentials. What are the keys to excelling in the workplace? Now that you have learned about emotional balance, you can pick these ones, pick keys from him to become that staff everybody wants to have. So next week, Monday, join me December 5, the very first Monday in the month of December. And December is an amazing month. If you know, you know. We're going to have swell time in December. We're talking about how to make Christmas fun. So if you cannot travel this Christmas, chill. There is a lot you can do where you are and still have a fun-filled Christmas. So you don't want to miss Knox to Nuggets this December. It's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it excitedly already. And I want to say a big thank you to every single person that has joined me today. Like I always say, please like the video, share it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let somebody out there know that there is something called Knox to Nuggets. And until I come your way next week, Monday, the first Monday in December, in another edition of Knox to Nuggets, never forget, if you can think it, you can be it, and you can have it. And as always, together we win. God bless you. See you next week, Monday. Bye for now.